Can you dig it, Lycos?
And you dig it?
Only if I've got the power with the shovel claws. Which, now that I think about it, I don't think I need these things to dig.
Wait.
Hi, I'm Knuckles the Echidna. Welcome back to the LoreX podcast.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. Could he always dig?
Wait a minute. Do I even need these things?
What are these things even good for? So yes, today on the LoreX podcast, we are talking about the shovel claw. The claw of the shovel.
One of the level up items that you get in not only Sonic Adventure 1, but Sonic Adventure 2 as well.
Yeah.
Now, Lycos, I know you in particular wanted to do an episode on this one. Why don't you let the audience know why?
I really was pushing for a shovel claw episode, only because I'm like, of the power-ups in the Sonic universe that we see in like the games, the shovel claw is the only one that makes an appearance in other Sonic media because it appears in Sonic X of all things. It's the only power-up that appears in that show. It just baffled me and also like fascinated me. Why was this the only one? Because I thought Knuckles could just dig. But can echidnas not dig? Do echidnas dig?
That was my biggest question of all. Lycos has watched all of Sonic X at least 2 times, right?
Yes, 2 or 3 times at least.
Evidently, according to Lycos's rendition, there are no other of these level up items that you see in Sonic Adventure, Sonic DX, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic 06 that appear in Sonic X specifically, a television show media and not a video game media, which is kind of interesting to me.
By the way, I did Google this.
Yeah, wait, can echidnas actually dig?
Yes,
I feel like they can.
According to the AI overview, yes, echidnas are known to dig. So literally, what are the point of these things?
Well, hold on, can hedgehogs dig? Like real life hedgehogs?
Well, let me search. Yes, hedgehogs do dig holes. Then what's the point in Knuckles?
What's the point at all?
Knuckles, I don't need you anymore, because I learned I can dig holes. Get out of here, you scrub. And just kicks Knuckles, just kicks him off the island. Wait, but I can glide.
And then Sonic is there.
Actually, echidnas cannot glide, so Knuckles just falls into the ocean, never to be seen again.
Yeah, let's not even worry about the fact that echidnas can glide, apparently. Gliding, flying, 2 completely different things. But as a general overview, the Shovel Claw is an upgrade that Knuckles can get in Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. It gives him the ability to use the dig command in all those games. And that's pretty much the shtick. And at least in Sonic Adventure 2, you get it in Pumpkin Hill. And evidently, when I was looking at the trivia, you can't make it past that level unless you absolutely get this as an ability, because at least 1 emerald in Pumpkin Hill will definitely be underground.
Oh, that's smart from a game designer perspective.
Yeah.
And also,
because I know
that would have been an interesting challenge. Like, I could see that as a YouTube just, can you beat the game ass Knuckles without the shovel claw? And it's like, no, you can't.
Like, I know, at least for some power-ups, like the Lightspeed shoes that Sonic and Shadow get, you can get past parts of the level without having them. And I don't think you actually need them if you want to speedrun the game. But at least from what I understand, in Pumpkin Hill, one of the emeralds is always in the ground, despite the emerald shards being randomly placed in all the levels. But one of them will always be in the ground, so you need the power-up.
Gotcha. And that also just makes me think, because I want to say there's a power-up you get as Tails in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure DX. You get it in like one of the past segments, but you actually don't need this power-up.
Yeah, that's the ribbon, I
Yeah.
think. The rhythmic rhythm.
That's the one that just lets you continuously do the tailspin thing, right? I think.
It allows Tails to break it down nonstop.
And like, because I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, I don't think you need that to beat the game. I think that's just purely optional. I don't remember if you need it to like progress that bit so then you can find to call and move on.
I think it's that.
Oh, okay. So I guess technically you do need it. Oh.
For that one, you need that in order to get out of the past.
That's a weird one to me because I feel like that's just an optional one. As we've seen in that game, some of those power-ups are optional. Yeah. There's one for Gamma where it's an upgrade to the gun, and that one's completely optional. Also, all the lure upgrades for Big, like you don't need them to beat his story. You do need them if you want to get all the emblems because you can't get certain grades of fish until after you have them.
Oh, okay.
to beat the game, you don't need them.
Yeah, and I know at least in Sonic Adventure 2, there are certain abilities like the Mystic Melody that you don't need to beat the game. But in order to get all the emblems, also you don't need all of them either, but you need some of them. But going back to the Shovel Claw, my big question was, if Knuckles can't dig on his own without the Shovel Claw, is that consistent across all media that we see the Shovel Claw in, or even Knuckles in? The answer is no.
Okay.
So oddly enough, Knuckles digging appears in Sonic Generations as one of the off missions, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where he's seen digging as an assist trophy, and as well as being seen digging in Sonic the Hedgehog, the OVA. And in all of those instances, he's not wearing any Shovel Claws.
Yeah.
And I double-checked Generations, and I double-checked Smash Brothers, and he's not wearing the Shovel Claw at all.
Knuckles,
but yet he's totally able to dig.
inconsistent.
And even funnier, right? In Sonic Generations, this mission takes place in Sky Sanctuary, where everything's made of like marble and stuff. So Knuckles can canonically dig through solid marble without his Shovel Claw, but in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, he can just dig through, he can't dig through dirt without them.
He cannot Minecraft Steve dig through dirt unless he has the Shovel Claws.
Or sand. He can't do it without the Shovel Claw.
Also, I had another question. As you stated previously, in Sonic Adventure 2, you get it in Pumpkin Hill. How did he lose them from Sonic Adventure 1 to Sonic Adventure 2 in a place that, in theory, he's never been to before?
Maybe it's like the Dragon Ball, excuse me, the Chaos Emeralds, where once you collect all the power-ups in the game,
They just split.
they split off. And I can't remember where you get the Shovel Claw in Sonic Adventure.
I actually do remember. There's a little cave near Tails' workshop in the Mystic Ruins. Now,
That's the one where, like, you get trapped in the cage and the monkey is there taunting you.
Yeah.
And you have to blow up the monkey to leave.
Yeah.
I guess they're not monkeys, they're kikis.
Yeah, they're badniks.
Yeah.
I love that image of, to escape the cage, kill the monkey.
Yeah, like, you had to use a monkey detonation switch.
Yes.
Which is a self-destruct switch for the Kiki.
Yeah, because it's buried in the thing that has like the Eggman logo shooting out of it.
Yeah, I remember with the little beacon that's coming out of the piece of dirt.
Listen, like, I know full-on video game logic, but I'm like, what? Why is this happening?
Like, I can only imagine, like, Knuckles, like, walking into the cave, the cage goes down behind him, and he's like, oh, what do I gotta do? Finds the gloves, realizes in that moment, I just remembered I can dig. And then digs in the ground, finds the button, goes to the monkey, and the monkey's just, like, staring at him with, like, a tear in its eyes, like, don't do it. We can talk this out. And Knuckles is just like,
it's the Knuckles meme with the stamp, and it's just the constantly like repeating the stamp on the button, so the monkey just blows up like 100 times. It's like that. Boom, 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 boom.
And the top of the cave just has singe marks all over it. The monkey robot is in pieces. The one head that had like the sad face on it is just like in the corner as Knuckles walks out. Big almighty with his arms swinging back and forth.
I just had a thought of like the monkey's last thoughts before it explodes is just, why couldn't I be guarding the yellow pea gloves? Because those were also an equipment for Knuckles, and those are optional. I forgot about them. In my playthrough for my channel, I didn't get the pea gloves. I don't even remember what they do. All I know is they're yellow and they look gross, so I call them the pea gloves.
Yeah, wait, what do they even do?
I don't remember, but I know you don't need them.
Oh, it's the charge up ability, like Sonic's Ancient Light. Allow Knuckles to charge up his power and release it on a group of enemies in a move called Maximum Heat Knuckles Attack.
That feels like a Power Ranger attack.
Because apparently the hothead wasn't hot enough.
I feel like my thing for certain upgrades, I just feel like they're not that crazy useful. So I'm like, why are they here though? Is it so you could give Knuckles another upgrade?
I don't know if the number of upgrades per character is the same across all characters.
Well, it can't be the same. I guess maybe they have to have a minimum of 2. No, because Amy has 2 as well, because she has the warrior feather thing, and then she has the long hammer. Gamma has the jet booster and the gun upgrade. Knuckles has the pea gloves and the shovel claw. Tails has the little bow thing, and then he has the thruster things on his feet, that those are the optional one, which is a shame because those are actually really good. Sonic, I think, has more than 2. And Big technically has like 5. Because
he's got all the lore upgrades, right?
Yeah, because there's like 4 lore
and
upgrades.
The rod. And the life belt.
Yeah, so he has like 6. I think Big has the most upgrades.
Yeah, so I guess it's got nothing to do with the number of upgrades.
Yeah, well, it might be because it seems like the average is 2. So otherwise they'd have Knuckles only have the 1, and it's the Shovel Claw, which, as we previously stated, depending on what kind of gameplay we're going with, he doesn't even need the dang things. But admittedly, they do look cool.
And aside from that, like, I can understand why Tails gets that one rhythmic badge as a means to progress the story, because it makes Tails go to the past and kind of forces you to experience, at the very least, what happened in the past and kind of live in that era. For Knuckles, just kind of forces you to monkey detonate.
Monkey see, monkey boom.
Exactly. But yeah, for me, it makes me question what in-universe Knuckles' thoughts are. Like, does he just, more importantly, instead of just losing the shovel claw, he just forgets that he can dig, I guess.
He just needs that as like a visual reminder. It's just like, oh, I can dig.
I was going to say he learned that he could dig without them after Sonic Adventure 2, but when does the OVA take place?
The OVA, I feel like, is its own separate thing.
Yeah.
Only because, if I recall correctly, bear with me here, it's been years since I've watched this thing, but there's like a kingdom because there's like a fat king dude, and then there's like the princess human cat girl thing. I put that off in its like own circle of canon.
So it's possible that after the events of Sonic Adventure 2, Knuckles just realized he didn't need this thing anymore and just stopped using them.
And then also Sonic Adventure 2, it gets kind of weird because I know you get the shovel claws, but don't they get replaced when you get like the hammer fists? Because aren't those like the thing that go over your gloves after you get them?
Wait, which game was this?
Sonic Adventure 2. There's like a hammer fist upgrade, and I thought those kind of replaced the shovel claw once you get it.
I don't know. Let me double check that. No, actually, you know what? It looks like that they're above the shovel claw.
Okay, so they are on top. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so I'm referring to this picture here. And on that note, as I'm looking at the picture, the design of the shovel claw was something that always confused me. Like, I thought it replaced Knuckles' gloves.
No, but they just go on top.
But the shovel claw has like they got a handle on the inside. So you actually put your hands on the inside, wrap around, and he's just holding them in a fist this whole time.
Well, and that makes sense because then the claws on the shovel claw are like shovels. You can use them to dig.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, apparently they build on top of each other.
Okay.
Like the hammer gloves. They don't look like a hammer to me.
No, they
if anything, they're kind of pickaxey.
They look like plastic squares to me that just kind of go on your hands. Like, I feel like a better way to describe it would be like brass knuckles. Except
that's fair.
They're like bigger and look more colorful. I guess that's one fair. For like a better visual appeal, and I don't know, I guess something more for like the player. So it's like, oh yes, I visibly have this upgrade now. Like this is a permanent thing on my character.
Well, consider this, Lycos. So if you need sharp object to dig in ground, maybe you need blunt force object to break through box.
Because that's
the logic in the game.
Yeah.
That's what it do.
Because it lets you break the iron boxes.
Yeah, so apparently in order to break a solid metal box, a sharp piece of, I assume, powerful metal is not going to cut it. Sheer force is not going to break the box. You just have to whack it really hard. Like let me ask you this, Lycos, in your experience, have you ever been able to break open a metal box with a sharp object? Or have you had more luck taking that metal box and just punching it with your fists?
Well, my only instance I can think of is it wasn't a box, it was a cylinder. I didn't stab it, I cut it with a handsaw.
Because in my experience, I've had more experience with metal cans in my life.
Yeah.
And I found that if you take the metal can, you throw it really high up in the air and it hits the ground, that's kind of like blunt force. Imagine it my fist, but it's gravity.
Yeah.
I do have more success just stabbing it with a pencil. But aside from that, video game logic works a little bit different than real life, apparently. But speaking of shiny pieces of metal, there is one other character who uses the shovel claw.
What?
Can you guess who it is?
Because my only thought is it Rouge? But I didn't think she uses it because she has her own version of it. What the? I see Scrapnik Island. Oh, is that Mecha Knuckles?
Mecha Knuckles, yeah. Oh, actually, I was pointing at Mecha Sonic on the back, but yeah. Mecha Knuckles actually uses a shovel claw, not the set of shovel claws.
Oh, interesting.
In Scrapnik Island only, it appears that he kind of adopts one of the shovel claws to use in addition to the mace on his other arm. When he's got that whole like kind of Western style going on, it's a part of his outfit and attire.
Yeah.
Now, what I think is even funnier, we've kind of gone around the explanation that the shovel claw appears kind of redundant because if Knuckles can dig on his own, why the heck does he need the shovel claw? We've determined it's for the convenience of the game. It's a part of it's a game mechanic, right?
Yep.
But even better, Mecha Knuckles has literally missiles as a part of his mechanics. He can shoot off missiles to explode whatever he wants to. And apparently, while he's in this hidden mode of looking like a cowboy with a shovel claw and his mace and whatnot, he doesn't use his missiles, but he'll use his claw. But if his cover is blown, he then remembers or chooses, he's like, I got missiles.
It's like, you know what? No more disguise time. I'm going to take a page from the orcs and go Daka, 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 and more Daka. Please and thank you.
I just that parallel of the shovel claw feels kind of redundant in both cases for both characters who use them. One's got the innate ability to dig, and the other one just has missiles. But they opt for the shovel claw for one reason or another. And personally, I love that.
I'm thinking about the shovel claws up here in Sonic X, where there is a scene where Knuckles is attacking Chaos. I forget what form it is. I think it's Chaos 6. And he is using these shovel claws to try and scratch at his brain. The one time he's actually trying to use it as a weapon.
Something about the idea of
using a shovel on someone's brain.
Yeah, dude.
Well, actually, I feel like you could make a history joke about that, because I think in like during like Civil War era kind of stuff, what some people would do as a melee weapon is they would literally sharpen shovels and use that as a melee weapon.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Because that's why it's referenced in, funny enough, Warhammer 40,000. There's literally a faction of Imperial Guard called the Death Corps of Krieg, the Kriegers, who their main melee weapon is a sharpened shovel.
I mean, at that point, it's basically a multi-tool, right?
Yeah.
You could use it to hurt your enemies. You could use it to dig a hole that you have to use the bathroom in, and you can use it to cut down trees.
Well, I mean, or for their thing, dig trenches, because they are large industrial fans of trench warfare.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But I mean, you still got to dig holes for the other stuff, You don't want to do your business in the trenches unless you have to.
Now, I just had a thought. Can I interrupt you? Yes.
Is your thought trench warfare with Knuckles the Echidna?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
My thought was, can Knuckles dig in Sonic X? I don't remember if he does before and or after Shovel Claw. Well, like after Shovel Claw makes more sense because it's like, I can dig now.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if he did it before he got them. The way these things appear in Sonic X is so weird. They were somehow transported into the human world with Sonic and Co., but they ended up inside like some ancient ruins. They were found by an archaeologist named Hank, who Knuckles befriends. He helps Hank get out of some trouble. Hank gives him the shovel claws, and then he, lo and behold, digs and finds a Chaos Emerald.
Lycos, I think you're not giving this man the credit he deserves. This man's name is Hawk. Bro.
I'm sorry, I thought
Hawk.
Yeah. I'm sorry, this man is so derpy to me. So I feel like I'm kind of justified calling him Hank.
You're telling me that this esteemed gentleman doesn't look like a hawk to you? Yo, editor Lycos got to throw in a picture of Jet the Hawk. You're telling me that these two people don't look exactly the same?
I mean, yeah, you're right. When I was doing the Jet the Hawk episode, I do remember him having a bowl cut.
Jet the Hawk, Hawk the human. I see no difference here. Do you think that Hawk the human has a father who was also basically a space pirate?
Knuckles, did you know that my dad was a space pirate? No, Hawk, I don't remember. This is a really bad Dan Green impression. I'm sorry, I can't do a good Dan Green, because I'm pretty sure that was Knuckles' voice actor in Sonic X.
In Sonic X, okay.
Yeah, Hawk's literally like just a guy.
Is he just a guy, or is he an archaeologist?
Well, okay, he's an archaeologist, but he doesn't do much. Like, he was like one of those episodic characters. Like, he showed up like once, and then I think the next time you see him is like a fighting tournament. Why is he there? That fighting tournament in Sonic X just raised so many questions for me. The Shovel Claw has made a bunch of appearances and did step outside the games, but there are also a bunch of other upgrades that actually made other appearances in the games. The Lightspeed shoes, so they appear in Sonic Adventure. I forgot they appeared in 2 Battle, and apparently they appear in Sonic Unleashed. I didn't
it's
really
interesting.
play Sonic Unleashed, so I didn't know that.
I didn't play a lot of Sonic Unleashed either, but I got it at some point. It's interesting to see that not only did the Shovel Claw appeared in both Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. It's unique for the level up items because it also appears in the TV series. Some other items as well, not all of them appear across multiple games, but for the Lightspeed shoes, the bounce bracelet, and the Ancient Light, these particular level up items do exist across multiple different games, in addition to the Shovel Claw, which also does. The Lightspeed shoes, what you were just pointing out, appears in Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Unleashed, but also Sonic Shuffle, oddly enough. And I'm pretty sure that all these shoes do is just give Sonic the ability to do the Lightspeed dash across a trail of rings. It's something that he doesn't necessarily need in, I think, Sonic Generations, because he could just do that by default. And oddly enough, considering that the Lightspeed shoes, I know it's a different, I'm pretty sure it's a different upgrade for Shadow, but he gets a different upgrade in Sonic X Shadow Generations to do the Lightspeed dash.
Huh, okay.
The other items on there, the Ancient Light, which is, when we were talking about the P gloves for Knuckles, I can't remember their name. They gave Knuckles like a power-up ability. Yeah. Ancient Light is Sonic's power-up ability, essentially, and Shadow.
I don't like the Ancient Light, and the only reason I don't like it is because it doesn't do anything visually different to the character, because I actually really like that in games, like when you get a power-up, like it changes the player model, so your character's actually wearing it, and the Ancient Light's it's just twinkles, and you're not sparkly, you're no Alex Louise Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist, you don't got twinkles all the time, you get nothing. And that's disappointing to me.
I think there's only one thing that you get, and I only remember it from Sonic Adventure DX, and that's Sonic's line, ready!
Yeah, where you charge up, you're all like light blue, and then you're like, ready! And then you just run around because you feel like messing around, and then jump.
Yeah,
and
that's
go,
literally
go!
the only thing I did with that power-up.
Yeah, again, I'm not a fan of Ancient Light.
And I don't remember whether or not you get the same ready voice line in Sonic Adventure 2, because I just haven't used it, because it's just not useful. And oddly enough, the last power-up that makes its appearance from what we were able to find in multiple games is the Bounce Bracelet, and this one surprised me. This is the bracelet that gives Sonic the ability to bounce like a Super Ball in Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay,
but
so
it
is
also
that
appeared
upgrade.
in Sonic 06. I didn't realize it was also in Sonic 06.
I don't remember. Oh
yeah,
my god.
You played it. Do you remember this?
It is. No, it is, because I remember when I was playing on my channel, we died on this section a bunch, so we had to rebuy this thing a bunch of times.
That's odd. Disgusting.
And
wow.
Wait, does it actually appear on the player model? It does?
It does. It does.
Why? It looks different. It actually, from the picture I have here, it kind of reminds me of like a gold emerald ring from Skyrim.
Okay. To me, the picture from Sonic Unleashed, this screenshot, looks like the flame ring from Sonic Adventure 2, but the gem is smaller and it's green instead of red.
At absolute minimum, it does look very different from its previous appearance.
Yeah, because in the original games, it just kind of looks like, I don't know, it gives me, does it give you dual disc vibes, but without the blade?
I could see that, like, futuristic, like, wristband kind of deal. It looks like it should do more than what it actually does. Almost like that, I don't know if you watched this movie as a kid. I think it was, Spy Kids 2, where they get, like, a watch that does everything but tell the time, because there was no room for an actual clock function.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like this would be that kind of device. It could, like, make you coffee. It can give you reminders of your day. It can tell you where the Chaos Emeralds are, where Eggman is, but it can't tell you what time it is.
I mean, to be fair, the big neon green part of it kind of looks like a green screen. And if you were projecting whatever you want onto it from, like, the visuality of the game screen, it could show anything on it, including pictures of Eggman doing Eggman-y things. Or pictures of Knuckles digging without the shovel claw, completely outing him.
Unfortunately, with the images, there's two different images I thought of. The first one was I don't know why my brain thought of this, but in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a scene where like Grandpa like has his hands on like the TV screen. It's like Yu-Gi.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
Yu-Gi.
just having that on the green screen for some reason. I think it's because you said it was a dual disc, and I'm like, oh no,
Oh my God.
Yu-Gi. But the other one.
Wait, wasn't that?
The other.
Wasn't that him like in the Shadow Realm? Or
Yes,
something?
that was him being sent to the Shadow Realm.
I love it. The bounce bracelet is actually just a window to the Shadow Realm.
It's like, oh, what's my bracelet showing? It's just a picture of your totally not dead grandpa.
Oh my God. What was your other thought?
The other one, it was a Sonic Paradox Team bit where Tails built Sonic like a watch that could like hack into Eggman's mainframe or whatever. And when Sonic turns it on, it's Eggman and his nephew like both shirtless and dancing, and it just says, "What nice watch, nerds." And then like Sonic has a horrified face. Tails like, "What's wrong?" And he sees it, and then Tails also has a horrified face.
I don't know why, but
why are these the images that come into my head when we do this?
Even worse. I got the image of, I don't remember what episode it was in which Sonic cartoon, but there's an image of Eggman laying down like paint me one of your French girls in a purple bikini. But there's also the gif of Robotnik sitting down on his chair, but he lifts up his entire ass cheeks first before it's plopping down. And I thought of that gif just playing on repeat with Sonic just staring at the bounce bracelet being like, what the heck? I thought this was a kid's game.
Oh no.
Do you know what gif I'm talking about, Lycos? I'm gonna find this gif. Wait, I found it. It's from the Sonic cartoon. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Knuckles is gonna come in here with a shovel claw, straight up pop those two balloons.
Oh no.
No, he's gonna try and pop those balloons, and the shovel claws are gonna break because the thickness is like, and then he goes,
Oh no.
Oh no, and then he realizes, oh, these are like metal boxes, I have to use my hammer claws instead.
And then he just punches it with the hammer claw, and it just ripples.
Oh jeez. Oh, Lycos, where do we find ourselves?
I can't. I'm having a hard time breathing and functioning over here. I'm laughing too hard. I didn't think we would go from shovel claws to Eggman in a bikini.
I think that was all on the shovel claw.
Yeah.
Or as much as I feel like talking about level up items, for now at least.
I think that we've done a pretty good review of the shovel claw. I mean, you dig until Knuckles remembers he can dig without him, and then he's just like, what's a shovel claw? I don't need that.
I dug it.
We dug it. We deep dug it.
We did the deep dive digging dapperly.
I wonder if the Dimsdale Dimmadong.
Dimma Lycos.
So, Cameron, where do we want to go from here?
I don't know. My brain feels fried from those images of Eggman, which are still on my screen, by the way.
They are not going to go away anytime soon. Oh my God, no.
There we go. Now it's gone. I think I can safely take off these shovel claws and put them to the side and never have to worry about them again.
Yeah, mine are unfortunately broken, so I'll either have to fix them or I'll just trash them, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I can dig with my hands. It's one of their functions.
What we have now versus at the beginning of the episode is the knowledge that apparently we could have been digging the whole time.
Yeah, but unfortunately we
onwards to the
needed
next-
metal gloves to remember that we could do that.
And oddly enough, we weren't using them for digging. We were actually using them just to knock each other's heads to remember. Little percussive maintenance. Only one robotic monkey didn't survive. I think that's a good price to pay.